Further, the focus of the agency would be on planning for transportation, air quality as it relates to transportation, and water quality. Federal and state legislation mandated regional approaches to these subjects, provided funding, and these topics met our agency expertise at that time. Further, NOACA decided it would no longer be in the consulting field. Later, after becoming executive director, I announced at a meeting that NOACA would leave the consulting business, but we would continue to provide certain services to our members. An engineering consultant I knew came up to me afterwards in deadpan. I didn't like it when we had to compete with NOACA, but now that you're giving everything away, I like it even less. Can't please everybody. Now, planning at NOACA also took on a policy-driven approach. The governing board developed a statement of principles and developed a planning process based on goals and strategies. The Regional Transportation Investment Policy details a methodology for funding projects that is unique among the nation's MPOs. With actually quite a bit of discipline in the process, we focus attention on preserving and maintaining the existing infrastructure, supporting urban core communities, and integrating various modes of transportation. While accomplishing its goals, NOACA has significantly contributed to the region's economy and quality of life. Consider that every year, for at least the last decade, NOACA has directed the expenditure of $30 to $40 million of board-controlled federal funds into the region's transportation system, and thus the economy. This shows NOACA's tangible impact on the region. These necessary facilities support the economy and make Northeast Ohio a better place to live. Clearly, providing services to our members and the people of Northeast Ohio is a common thread in the history of the agency. NOACA offers value, I think, to our constituencies through a number of innovative programs and services, and they include the Transportation for Livable Communities initiatives, which helps provide funds for localities to prepare small-scale plans which are implementable, I'd like to think, especially with federal transportation funds. Ohio Rideshare, our carpool and ride matching program done in conjunction with AMATS and two other MPOs in Northeast Ohio. And incidentally, with the price of gasoline skyrocketing now to $4 a gallon, the registrations on the Ohio Rideshare program have also skyrocketed. It's finally gotten the attention of the public, and I'm very pleased that we have a system in place to deal with it. Ozone Action Day, the Fine Particle Pollution Programs, the Transportation Improvement Program, the management tool for federal transportation funds. We also do long-range transportation planning and modeling. We're involved in environmental justice issues, job access and reverse commute program, and a new freedom program, two brand new programs that we manage, the regional pavement management program, bicycle plans and consumer maps. We also are involved in transportation planning for senior citizens and the physically disabled through a number of federal programs, and many more. Of course, if you check our website, www.noaca.org, you find more information about these and other programs. NOACA has made an important contribution to the development of Ohio EPA's state implementation plan for air quality through our recommendations on ozone and particulate matter. I believe NOACA's work has played an important part in the air quality improvement we've all enjoyed over the years. In fact, 40 years ago, I remember going to work and the collar of my shirt would be full of soot when I got home. It isn't the case anymore. So although air quality is better, we still have a ways to go before we meet current standards. And as for water quality, NOACA has helped manage one of Northeast Ohio's most precious natural resources with our 208 water quality plan and updates, services such as the home sewage disposal study, and advice to municipalities as they struggle to meet new standards for stormwater treatment. I'm proud to say that over the years, NOACA has received recognition for agency work and individual achievements. Several years ago, the Association of Metropolitan Planning Organization gave NOACA its highest honor, the Outstanding Achievement Award for a large MPO. Because the work of the Metropolitan Planning Organization is truly collaborative, I liken this award to winning the Oscar for the Best Motion Picture. The award reflected the good work of the entire agency, the staff, the technical committees, and the governing board. I'm also pleased to announce that this coming Monday, NOACA will be recognized by the Federal Highway Administration and the Federal Transit Administration with a National Award for Transportation Planning Excellence. This award is for our Regional Pavement Management Program. As with all awards, we are proud of those who played a part in this program's success. And again, this too included staff, technical committees, and the board. I see Bill Watkins, who was very instrumental in shepherding this program through. NOACA also has had the privilege of recognizing some of the region's top leaders through the Walter F. Ehrenfeld Jr. Award for Outstanding Regional Contribution. Walter Ehrenfeld was the mayor of Strongsville, a former NOACA board president, and NOACA's longest-serving board member. It's been a pleasure to honor the many achievements of Northeast Ohio's public administrators and elected officials. At the conclusion of today's luncheon, we'll add another outstanding individual to that esteemed group. As you can tell, I'm proud of NOACA's accomplishments over the years. But what about the future? Let's consider the very things I just noted: transportation, air quality, and water quality. Next year, we'll see a new authorization of the Transportation Act. The Act will most likely consider new funding tools to maintain and preserve our transportation infrastructure. Although we've relied on gasoline taxes for the bulk of federal funding, much has been said about how we'll need to look at other techniques, such as tolling, congestion, pricing, public-private partnerships, and other mechanisms. Further, Congress will consider other environmental concerns as part of transportation, such as climate change and energy conservation. A congressionally appointed task force recently recommended consolidating all 108 separate highway, transit, railroad, and safety programs into just 10 new programs. This could radically change the way we do business. It would be naive, however, to suggest that the future holds only opportunities. Huge challenges loom ahead. The Highway Trust Fund is on the brink of insolvency. Clean air and clean water initiatives have been severely underfunded in recent years, and the federal budget is more strained than at any point in recent memory. Meanwhile, $4 a gallon gasoline is prompting many commuters to shift to transit and carpooling. Of course, there was an article in today's Plain Dealer about the stresses it's placing on the RTA. Transit agencies are working to keep up with rapidly increasing demand for their services, but the future of transit funding at the federal and state level also remains uncertain. Transportation for economic development will also be a focus, and a combined approach to planning for all modes of transportation, transit, bicycles, auto, truck, passenger, rail, freight lake shipping, and aviation will be on the table as well. In this environment, Ohio Governor Ted Strickland has organized a task force to address these very issues. Regardless of the task force's work and the details of the next Transportation Act, next year, NOACA will begin updating its regional transportation plan, known as Connections 2030. The plan will provide, among other things, the foundation for governing board decision-making on federal aid for transportation projects. And it could contain other things as well. These have been very well done and well-received documents in the past. I trust that we will do so again in the future. And again, if you want to take a look at what we've done, just check the website. NOACA's executive committee has been looking into expanding the agency's role in the realm of economic development. What else can we expect? I think we all see how we're connected environmentally and how economically we must function as a region to compete nationally and internationally. NOACA and other public and private institutions need to put differences aside to look at our collective future. As I said earlier, I found it's always better to work together than against each other. That's why we thought it was important to include a panel discussion on economic development, governmental collaboration, public-private partnerships in today's program. And that'll be following this presentation. Over the years, it's been striking. Our various NOACA governing boards with varying interests, Republicans, Democrats, urban, suburban, ex-urban, rural, have all found ways to work together to make this region move forward. Moreover, we've always had a diverse and technically skilled staff from all over the world. They have provided great professional service to this agency. For me, it's been a privilege to serve NOACA and to work with such outstanding people. Finally, as we all know, with climate change, record gasoline prices, sprawl, population shifts, tight federal budgets, and an exploding demand for transportation of all kinds, this is a time of profound change. I'm confident that NOACA will adapt, provide outstanding service, and continue to offer strong leadership to Northeast Ohio.